Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden is a tactical strategic RPG set in a post-apocalyptic future. It takes place after humans destroyed themselves in a nuclear war, leaving only mutants behind to scavenge and survive. You play as a squad of Stalkers, mutants tasked with finding resources out in the world and investigating if the myth of Eden truly exists. Characters are weird and wonderful, and they really set the tone of the game. You can collect a few different squad mates throughout, and each brings something unique to the team. Be that new useful abilities, or maybe you're just bored of hearing what one of them has to say. There's a good amount of humour, but also intensity when it comes to more serious plot points in the game. You can see a lot of influence in Mutant Year Zero from other post-apocalyptic style titles, but it does have its own charm and a story that's interesting to follow. The world is interesting to explore, and you'll often come across things you can investigate that will trigger your squad to talk and reveal some lore. Some of these conversations are funny quips, the characters guessing at what the ancients use certain things for. However, sometimes these quips can feel a bit cringy and let down the game's writing.
Nobody gets to kill you but me now. Shut the duck up and keep moving.
Typically, I'm not a fan of tactical RPGs, but Mutant Year Zero had me hooked. Combat is easy to get the hang of, yet it doesn't hold your hand. The game provides a challenge, but rewards careful and strategic planning with cool loot when you complete a battle. The stealth mechanic works well for the most part. Switching off your torch makes enemies' vision cones smaller, so you can bypass them if needed. You have the ability to hide, however, if you take cover as one character, you'll automatically switch to the next. Only the squad mate you're controlling can aggro enemies, so I came unstuck a couple of times when one of my squad members had run off and stood directly in an enemy's vision cone. When it switched, it unexpectedly threw me into combat. While the combat is grid-based, you roam freely in third person when outside of it. The map is big and there's a lot of areas and special items to discover. However, sometimes areas start to feel a bit repetitive, as there's not much variety with each area's layout. Despite this, the environments were really aesthetically pleasing. During cutscenes, we also get to see beautifully drawn scenes while one of the main characters narrates the plot so far. The graphics look great, and most of the animations are fine. My only gripe is with the facial animations of this character, the Elder, who looks a bit like a puppet when he talks.
And I'll offer you some guidance. Perhaps a story.
I didn't experience any consistent bugs, but I had one or two instances of the camera getting stuck when too close to the edge of the map. Don't let this put you off though. Mutant Year Zero is a great game. The controls are fluid, combat is exciting, and I genuinely had a lot of fun with it. If, like me, tactical RPGs aren't really your thing, Mutant Year Zero is a good place to start to change your mind.